What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna switch over to a new camera that I got, a Hero 7 Silver Edition. So it's gonna be pretty equal video quality to the Canon T6i that I'm shooting on right now, I think. I don't know, we're gonna try it out. I know that the sound quality is gonna be a little worse just because I don't have an external mic on the GoPro, and I'm not sure that's an option. So I'm gonna try some cool little like transition here by throwing my camera at the GoPro, and let's see how this turns out. All right, so I don't know how that turned out, but hopefully that was pretty cool. So right now I'm heading up Highway 1 to Pescadero. I'm gonna pick up a canceller for the suspension that I have. Since I got bags, the stock adaptive suspension has like sensors in them that I left unplugged because I took the shocks out. So I have to go buy basically like a cancellation kit that just inputs the signal back into the sensor so that the suspension and the ECU is happy. So we're gonna go grab those, and then we're gonna do a nice little photo shoot tonight with Steven, Jordan, and the whole crew, everybody. We're gonna go to some cool new spots and take some sweet photos. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram. I post all the photos there. It's quattro.tommy. So on our 30-minute drive up Highway 1, I might as well go over some things that I love about this car, because I already posted a video about the 5 things that I dislike about the Audi S4. I'm gonna go ahead and start listing off 5 things that I love about this car. So number 1 that I absolutely love about this car is the fact that it is a total sleeper. I know that I have a lot of carbon things on the car and a splitter and whatnot, so it makes it very aggressive. But in stock form, if you do all the engine performance mods and everything like that, this car is insanely quick for what it looks like. It is just like a German sedan that not many people would think would have a lot of power and be able to keep up with quite a few supercars. So that's one thing that really I'm really proud of, and I'm really happy that I got this car for that reason. Being that you can tune this car, throw a few pulleys on it, some exhaust, an intake, and call it a day. Maybe even switch fuel to ethanol mix. You're up in the 400 wheel range, so with most tuners at least. So that puts you as like pretty high horsepower numbers for a sedan. Not many cars can do that without heavy modification or bigger bolt-ons, like a bigger turbo and whatnot. Like that is all just few small things and like relatively inexpensive. I would say about $4,000 on like the new and used market for parts and whatnot could get you up to that power range. So it's quite affordable, at least when you buy the car as well, because these are roughly at about $20,000 right now for a V8, not a V8.5, but a V8. So that makes this car pretty approachable for just about anyone. Moving on to number 2, the suspension and steering on this car is incredible. It can go from, I'm in comfort mode right now, and it's nice and refined, it's smooth. The cabin noise isn't too loud, except for the exhaust that I have. But when you put this thing in dynamic, everything just like tightens up, and it gets pretty aggressive. The throttle input's a lot different. The steering angle is incredibly different. The differential, you don't really notice it too much, but if you're in a large chicane, you will feel the differential kind of set and lock, and then you can feel it pulling you around the corner a lot more. As well as like the engine, it does feel slightly different when you put it in dynamic mode. I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe it's just due to the throttle input. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can help me out by letting me know in the comments down below. But overall, if you are looking for a V8.5 or V8 S4, make sure that you get it with the dynamic package, or the ADS is what it's called. So if you're in the market for a V8 or a V8.5 S4, make sure that you're looking for one that has the sport differential and the adaptive suspension and whatnot, because it is the best package on this car. Absolutely, hands down, like no question. Just get an S4 with this package on it. Excuse the drone. There we go. Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. incredible. And that's a sheriff. Keep it cool, keep it cool. And he is not pulling out behind me. All right, that's good. And number 3 on our list today is going to be the lines of the car from the outside. It has such a nice aggressive look to it from just about every angle on this car, especially from like the 3/4 view in the front. The lines continue from the front fender all the way back to the rear taillight, so it creates like this nice sleek design that looks extremely aerodynamic and not just like boring body panels that you see on a lot of sedans that just are like flat and have no shape to them. So that is something that I really like about this car. It's very appealing to the eye, just about any view, as well as if you add some of those carbon aesthetics and whatnot on the car, it makes it totally different. And some of those very simple things to help with the aesthetics of this car is just by adding a front lip, rear spoiler, rear diffuser, side skirts, simple things like that. I know they add up in price, but they really help the overall look of this car. The rear diffuser is kind of boring from factory, as well as the subtle trunk lip on the S4. Even though it's slightly bigger than the A4, it really benefits from having the carbon trunk lip, or even a not carbon one. It really helps the look of this car. And number 4. So this may just be my personal opinion, but the exhaust on this car sounds incredible whichever way you set it up. Currently I have JHM's test pipes, stock downpipes, and AWE's touring exhaust all the way back with 102mm tips. This car, as we're in comfort mode right now, cruising at 55 miles an hour, the exhaust is pretty quiet unless you kind of step on the gas a little bit. It creates a little bit of drone, but that's because of the test pipes. But if you just kind of give yourself some open freeway, throw it in dynamic, hit a few downshifts, it quickly wakes up and gives you the best exhaust note ever from inside and outside the cabin. People immediately break their neck and are like, what is that? That must be like, I've had people tell me it sounds like a GTR so many times, but people immediately turn their heads because it sounds like something that is fast, like supercar level or whatnot, sports car, but it's a sedan. So there you go with that sleeper thing again. This car just has such an incredible exhaust note that no matter what RPM range you're in, it just screams and sounds so smooth, along with that supercharger whine, which I have muffled with the stock intake just for stealthness. But this car is absolutely loud when you get on it. And the last thing on our list today is gonna be these seats. So with the B8 and B8.5 S4, you kind of get a little more aggressive bolstering on the top and the bottom, as well as you can kind of get some individual colors in here. They offered the Alcantara, just black leather. You could get the red seats like mine, or you could get the white Panda seats. Those are kind of the options that you could get, and very rarely you will find, I think the blue ones are also an individual kind of special order one. So these seats are extremely comfortable as they are, as well as once you kind of get in the canyons and start doing some carving, you really notice how nice and comfortable these seats are. They really hold you well down below. The top is a little like loose. That's about how much movement I have, but it's enough to work with and gets you kind of positioned for the next corner. Really smooth, and they are very comfortable. With the back seats, they are just about the same way. The bottom and the top also have some good bolstering, as well as they're really comfortable. They do a good job at kind of being sound deadening for the exhaust in the rear. Once you fold those seats down, you can actually hear the exhaust a lot more. So it's nice to have them up and keep it sort of a quiet ride. They're also really easy to remove on the bottom portion if you have to access your fuel pump. So when my fuel pump died a couple months ago, I was really worried that I was gonna have to like drop the gas tank or something like that, just because it's a European car and I figured it'd be difficult, but it actually was very easy. You just remove the seats, just the bench part of the seat. They're just clips, so it just pops right off, and you have access to the cover for the fuel pump. So that is something very nice to know.
Fucking whip it! I wanna fucking
Drift it. Send it.
Now it looks incorrect.
Send it. Send it. Look at that. Damn, look at those donuts. Those are some good donuts, bro. I have never seen such good all-wheel drive donuts in my entire life. Steven is out here shooting the bangers. Follow him here. Boing. I have to make the sound effect because I don't know how to do it. Doing. And Alex's car, apparently, while he was doing those donuts, he leaked some power steering fluid onto his exhaust.
Hey, everyone needs to.
Car's so broken.
Honestly,
hey, no, hold on, I'll fix it. Ready? Ready?
Hey, fix it.
Broken WRX.
Broken WRX. Wait, I'm so down to
do it.
Squad.
So I hope you all enjoyed today's video on kind of the 5 things I love about this car. I'm gonna get started on installing those cancelers tonight, and hopefully that helps with this little check engine or this little suspension light that I have on. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all on the next one.